Imagine a reality where every single decision you made, you executed on that. You didn't look behind. You didn't second guess yourself. You didn't go, oh no, let me check. You just did it. We are live. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope all is well. Part 6 of Think and Grow Rich. And as I started off the live, you already know what I'm talking about. And this chapter we're going to go into is about decision. In the series of Think and Grow Rich, we're making it happen. We got 4 more parts left until the end of this series. Let's make it count. By the way, I'm on this version of the book. Click in the description on the YouTube. We are live on YouTube, Day Trade Professor, breaking it down. We are on chapter 8, page 199. Chapter is called Decision, the Mastery of Procrastination. That's what we're going to talk about today. But before we even hit on this, remember, a lot of you are like, Professor, what does Think and Grow Rich have to do with trading, scalp trading, crypto trading, stock trading, Forex? It has everything to do with it. Because what is trading? Your job of hitting sell, your job of hitting buy, you're just hitting sell. That's your job. And what is that job of hitting sell? A decision you take. A decision you take based off of whatever the data points are, whatever your 8+ setup is. That is what we're going to discuss today. Because one of the biggest issues many of you go through is not wanting to hit sell. I'm up 30%, 60%, 120%, 300%, 1,000%, and you still don't want to hit sell. No matter what dollar amount you get to, you refuse to hit sell. And that's a major issue. Let's see if we can conquer that major issue of yours tonight. Thank you for everyone joining me on the YouTube Live. What's up, everyone? What's up? So let's get into it. By the way, we're on part 6, as you can see right here. If you're watching this, make sure you watch part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get to the end. Hopefully by the end of May or the end of June, we'll be at part 10 to end this before I leave for Thailand. So let's go into it. Lack of decision was near the head of the list of the 30 major causes of failure. What is your major cause of failure? By the way, if you see me looking here, I have notes. I've underlined a whole bunch of stuff, just so you know. But what's your major failure? Not hitting sell or buy when you needed to. Because your lack of decision on something. If you go watch my live trading videos with the live trading that I did a week ago, you notice that everything was precision. Everything was just hit sell. No matter what happened, either it went in my favor, hit sell, or it went against me, hit sell. That's what I did. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. One of the examples I like to give usually is when I use trading, I always use the idea of relationships because that's a common theme across cultures, countries, identities. We all just want someone to love and someone to want, right? I'm not married. I don't have any children. But many of you watching, I'm sure, have a wife, a spouse, right? Or even in a relationship. For that to happen, somebody, one of the two, had to have made the decision to move and introduce one another. Hi, how you doing? Or hello, whatever the hell it is. Somebody had to make that move. Without that move, you wouldn't be married, you wouldn't have children, none of the above. So keep that in mind. Every single decision you've ever made, you being alive was a decision by your parents. Some timeline, somewhere in the timeline, your parents met and you were created. And they were created by their grandparents. This was all based off of strategic decisions made by somebody. Why don't I have any kids? I haven't made the decision to find a spouse and reproduce with her. Do you see where I'm going with this? Analysis of several hundred people who had accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and of changing these decisions slowly if and when they were changed. If you have to decide a certain point in your life where when you give your word on doing something, you're going to do it. No matter the set cause or what it is, become a man, a woman of your word. Just say it and do it. No no in betweens. It's okay, I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to execute on that. People who fail to accumulate money, without exception, have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly, taking forever to hit the sell button, and of changing these decisions quickly and often. Oh, this strategy doesn't work, let me jump to the next one. Oh, that strategy doesn't work, let me jump to the next one. So on and so forth. This consistent battle that you go through of, or as GP would say, squirreling around, not staying on one path, one mentor, one strategy, one God mindset, as I call it, the mantra. The majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinion of others, such as social media, influencers, family, friends, relationships. These things, and I say this all the time. Once, a lot of my mentorship students, if you're watching, shout out to you in the comment section for supporting in the comment section. Thank you for always being there, guys. We're at part 6, and if you guys didn't watch, there will be no part. We would have stopped after part 1. We're going all the way to part 10, and it's all because you guys are tuning in. You're here live, you engage, you like, you comment. Well, some of you do. Very small amount of you comment once this recording is saved, but I appreciate the watch anyway. Appreciate the like anyway. So, point being, I tell a lot of you mentorship students, once you master trading, once you come to me, once you come to the class in New York, that's it. Get rid of everybody else. It's all a distraction. It all will take you somewhere else because they're all on their own path. They're all on their own strategy. And my strategy and other people's strategy is completely different. Some are similar, but there's some nuances in between that make it different, make it harder to understand. This is why if you are someone who is easily influenced by outside forces, just get off of the internet. Just get off of social media if you're one of those people, because there's so much noise out there. So much noise out there. If you're influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in that of transmuting your own desire into money. How you plan on making any money when every single decision of someone else sways you? Oh, my mother said this. Oh, my dad said no, that doesn't work. Oh, my abuelita said that doesn't work. Oh, Tio said. One thing people say about me, my parents, especially my dad says this. Once I reach a conclusion to something, you're not changing my decision. I've always been like that since I was young. They would tell me stories that once I'm set in my way in something, I'm set in my way. If I know that this thing is to be the God honest truth, guess what? It's the God honest truth. But if you're someone that every other person, for example, where's my phones? Oh, I like this trader. What he's telling me is right, valid. Oh, this trader. Oh, the other one? No, I don't think so. Levels don't work. Oh, indicators don't work. Indicators don't work. Oh, this trader says candles don't work. Candles don't work. Oh, this one says the stock market's rigged. It's a scam. Oh, the stock market doesn't work. It's funny. I'm laughing. I'm sure you're laughing. But the funny part is, those videos exist. There's legit videos that said every word that came out of my mouth. And if you are someone that's influenced by those outside forces, may God help you. May God help you. If you're influenced by opinions when you reach decisions, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in the transmuting your own desire into money. If you're influenced by others, by the opinions of others, page 201, you will have no desire of your own. Keep your own counsel. When you begin to put into practice the principles described here, by reaching your own decisions and following them, take no one into your confidence, except the members of your mentorship group. Mentorship students, that group that you get put into, the Telegram group chat. Once you're in it, once you're a mentorship student, do not be influenced by outside forces. I'm sure there's one or two always in the chat that tries to deviate because they've deviated, and then they have to come back to me again to learn so I could get them back on the path. But that's a side, different conversation. And be very sure in your selection of this group, that you choose only those who will be in complete sympathy and harmony with your purpose. That's why during the mentorship, small group, you guys all get dropped into the group chat. Small group so you can learn together, everyone with one strategy, one mentor, me. Keep that in mind. Close friends and relatives, while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule, which is meant to be humorous. Oh, you're trading stocks. How cute. Let me know how that goes. Oh, you're doing cryptocurrency? I don't know. I've heard that Dogecoin ain't so good. That Shiba ain't so good. Oh, I heard that Bitcoin is manipulated. These opinions, when you share too much of your life story, too much going on in your life that you're actively trying to learn, and it hasn't all connected, figured out yet, these people will wreak havoc on the back of your mind. They plant seeds. This is the thing I want you to understand. They're planting seeds of doubt, seeds of sorrow. That's what it is. This is why you shouldn't let these people get to you. But the best way to not let them get to you is don't tell too much of what you're doing. Don't. Keep the information control in your grasp. And I've said this recently on my lives. Majority of you watching have zero clue what my real life behind the scenes look like. You have zero clue. My social medias only shows you what I do is teaching. Only shows you the trading. That's it. Nothing else in between. You have no clue. And that's how I like to keep it. That's how I like to keep it, because then outsiders come and influence and hurt and create false narratives and a whole list of things. Take a page out of my book. Take a page out of my book. Stop telling people everything. You give them tidbits of information. You want to be that person that lets them know 100% of you? Well, God bless you. Then keep yourself open for attacks, evil eye, ridicule, all that stuff. For me, this page is just for you to get to the righteous spot, for you to get consistent. That's what this page is for you, teaching you how to trade. It's not about any of it. You know, when a hater says, oh, this guy shows off. Show what? Show off what? You don't have a single thing of mine posted shown anywhere, ever. Literally zero. This is the thing you need to understand. Take a page out of the book. One of the best ways to not get influence is don't let too many people know what you do behind the scenes. Simple. That goes for those of you that trade. You don't need to let anyone know you trade. You don't. My blueprints for the campus were done a long time ago. Once the campus blueprints, designs, architecture, all of it was completed, I posted on the secret Instagram. Then I made the school Paths of Consistency Instagram and then started posting there. Only then, not prior to that. Keep that in mind. There's a reason for my madness. Now, not a single one of you will get any updates on the campus until it is officially ready to open. You will get zero updates on it. Again, why? Influencing by outside sources, outside forces, evil eye, discrediting, saying it's not true. Let them believe. Why do you want to believe opinions of outsiders? Especially those of you that get influenced by the social media comments or people or the internet is full of extremely broke, weak-minded, broke spiritually, broke financially, broke financially, spiritually, emotionally, spiritually, the 4 quadrants. That's what they are. They're broke in those areas. You let these people influence you? They have nothing going on in their life. Their family structure is a mess. Their health is a mess. They eat toxic. Let the government time get them. Meaning, the government's poisoning your food and water supply, and they have no common sense. Let them be wiped out by that in due time. Why? What's the battle on this? Really, a lot of this chapter has to do with many of you that get influenced by outside forces. Maybe I guess I don't really understand why, because I've never been influenced by outside forces. It just, even at a young age, I remember the 3rd grade, elementary school, Miss Rashcover, science class, talking about the water cycle. I remember vividly, the teacher was teaching us about the water cycle. And 3rd grade version of your professor goes, you're lying. There's no way water can evaporate. We'll put it in a cup, leave it overnight. Come the next day, it'll be less. We draw a line on the cup. You're right. Water can't magically vanish. That's impossible. People in the class are going, if the teacher, no, she's lying. Even I'm wrong. Even I'm wrong and I can't be influenced by it because it didn't make sense to me. But of course we know the water cycle exists. I've told this story many times. What I'm trying to tell you in this example is, but it's not that hard that if someone tells you their opinion, you don't listen to it. Get the facts first. Find out as much information on that certain topic as you can and make your own decision. Being influenced so easily. So easily. Keep that in mind. Close friends and relatives, while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule, which is meant to be humorous. Thousands of men and women carry inferiority complexes with them all through life because some well-meaning but ignorant person destroyed their confidence through opinions or ridicule. That's the sad part. Somewhere down the line in your life, someone came around and said something that wasn't right and stopped you from doing the one thing that you wanted to do. My father did not want me to become a teacher. Doing this for 11 years. 16 years old. He goes, no, you're going to be a lawyer. I said, no. I said, no, I'm going to be a teacher. He goes, no, you're not. And we went back and forth on that. We went back and forth on that. My brother's a doctor. He wanted me to be a lawyer. It's a cultural thing. I said no. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He eventually gave up. Just think about that. In a timeline somewhere, if you believe in the multiverse, there's a version of me that's a lawyer that has never pushed trading on you. Never. There's a version somewhere out there. My decision to not be influenced by my father has led me to this seat right here, right now. Not being influenced by him, my own father. I would not be the professor. I would not be the day trade professor. I would not have a little bit of money I have in stocks and crypto, just a little bit. I wouldn't have this studio, this platform, the dreams of the school, the designs of the school. I wouldn't have met the tens of thousands of you, hundreds of thousands of you. Well, yeah, hundreds of thousands are watchers. Tens of thousands, we'll say thousands of you that have actually interact with me, not the watchers. Do you see where I'm going with this story? You're at that pivotal point maybe, or maybe you've passed that pivotal point where you were influenced by someone. I just don't want... If you're going to be influenced, at least be influenced to the righteous path. That's what I would say. You have a brain and mind of your own. Use it and reach your decisions if you need facts or information from other people to enable you to reach decisions, as you probably will in many instances acquire these facts or secure the information you need quietly without disclosing your purpose. Small mentorships, books, courses, all that stuff. Speaking of courses, daytradeprofessor.com, free training course. Again, you see the time at the bottom of the news feed just scrolling. You see it? Everything is there, folks. You've got to stop with the nonsense. Well, how do you get the free course? How do you get your book, the mentorship? It's right there. It's right there. And then people wonder why I block, because IQ levels are not that high lately, I guess. Water supply, toxic GMOs, glyphosate. I could keep going. I don't know. But literally my team has developed this so no one can ever ask where something is. It's right there. Everything is right there. But do it in silence. Make your moves in silence. Do not let other people influence you. Keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed. If you wish to acquire the habit of prompt decision, those who talk too much do little else. If you talk more than you listen, you not only deprive yourself of many opportunities to accumulate useful knowledge, but you also disclose your plans and purposes to people who will take great delight in defeating you because they envy you. Page 202. I'm on page 202 on this version of the book, live on YouTube. When your boy's thirsty. It's crazy that God could create something like this. Wild. It's wild for you to understand. I think it's a wild concept for people to understand. I don't think it is. Not everyone wants the best for you. Is that hard to understand? There are people out there that want you to lose, that want you to fail miserably. And by the way, it's not a small percentage. More than you can imagine. When you post those wedding pictures, your relationship pictures, your children pictures, your pictures, there's a group of people sitting there liking, commenting, saying, yay, great job, congratulations. But deep down, oh, piece of garbage. Hate this person, always posting this stuff. Why doesn't they just stop? Loser. Oh my. All of that. They're projecting their negativity, their low frequency on you. And you're like, but that doesn't. Evil eye comes next. Our ancestors spoke of this vividly. Our ancestors spoke of this vividly, evil eye. God has a plan. But one of the ways that could be influenced is by others wishing, praying for that to be taken away from you, given to them. When will you understand that concept? People are envying you. When people say, why don't you post your motorcycle, the nice... No. For what? To gain acceptance by random people on the internet? Please. Let one of your first decisions be to keep a closed mouth, open ears, and eyes. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Show the execution on it. Many of you say, my parents don't believe in my trading. Make some money, get the maid service. My mom says trading's... Make some money, pay her bills. My abuelita said, Tio, make some money and take Tio out for a nice dinner. Take her out shopping. Let Abuelita buy whatever she wants. How about that? This is the equivalent of saying that deeds and not words are what counts the most. You have nothing to prove to anyone. Side notes for those following in the book. By the way, live on YouTube. You have nothing to prove to anyone. You prove to yourself you can do it. Show everyone your results. Here's the thing. For those people that try to stop me from being who I am as the social media, the day trade professor, when that campus is built, then they will sit back and say, damn, he did it. Damn, he really was for the trading community. Damn, why did I talk negatively about this guy? I should have wanted to be his friend. Maybe I could be at his campus. Damn, I wish I made an alliance with this guy instead of making bad videos making fun of this guy. Damn, why did I do that? There's more power in unity than disunity. Damn, I could have had a much bigger situation in life if I just became friends with this guy. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's better to be kind, warm, gentle with people. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I know I'd be going off on watchers and stuff, but different category. But it's better to make an alliance than make fun of others. I remember a guy, don't know the guy, some social media Forex trader, made those review videos. You know when you sit there and the video's playing? He was making fun of me. And the video he was making fun of me on was, he wanted views. You use someone with my face to get views. He was making fun of me teaching in my classroom. I was teaching about trend lines in my classroom. He goes, oh, this guy's doing too much. You don't need to be in a classroom with a projector. It wasn't a projector. It was my classroom's LED panels. Oh, it doesn't have to. Oh, he's going too serious with trend lines in a classroom with a big projector. It's not that serious. Talking down to someone helping others. This is what people do. These are low frequency individuals. Extremely low frequency. Because if you look at the chart of frequencies, some of the lowest frequency are people that are jealous, talk down of other people on their own. If the person is on his own path doing the righteous thing, helping, who are you to come and discredit them, talk down to them just because you are a child? mentally immature, because a lot of these kids are children. A lot of these Forex traders are teenagers in their 20s. These stock crypto traders, just kids. They're just kids, teenagers, 20-year-old kids in their 20s, just trying to do what they do. So of course, they haven't fully mentally developed yet. Far below the development cycle with the mental. I'm not going into psychology, but they're very low on the developmental scale. Boys take much longer to develop than females. So of course they make videos and comments and things of that nature. I already had that understanding, being closer to 40 than being closer to a 20-year-old child. Where did I leave off? The value of decisions depends upon the courage required to render them. The great decisions which served as the foundation of civilization were reached by assuming great risks, which often meant the possibility of death. For you to get anything you want in life, you must take a chance. Everything. For example, let's go to some of these stories. Abraham Lincoln, decision to issue his famous Proclamation of Emancipation, freedom to the colored people of America. I'm just reading from the book. Before we start the nonsense in the chat, racism, oh, he said colored people. I'm just reading from the book. So please don't start. I don't care. You'll just get blocked. I'm just reading from the book because I know we live in a society where you can't say black people, colored people. You can't say anything and everything. Is oh, you got to say African Americans. Oh, I'm not African. I'm not getting into that. And don't waste your time trying to get me into that. I'm just going to block you. I don't engage with low frequency individuals. Just so we're clear. Don't waste my time. Freedom to the colored people of America. Look what they did to him. Socrates' decision to drink the cup of poison rather than compromise in his personal belief. They want to lock him up for his beliefs, corrupting the youth. He poisoned himself. General Robert E. Lee, when he came to the parting of the way with the Union and took up the cause of the South, that was a decision of courage. I'm just quoting, just so we're clear. You know, he said, no, we're gonna break away. He supported parting the way with the Union, took up the cause of this, with the South. Slavery, we're gonna have slavery in the South. You're not taking that away from me. Took courage. July 4th, 1776. 56 men signed their names to a document which they well knew would bring freedom to all Americans or leave every one of the 56 hanging from the gallows. That is one of the most major decisions historically creating America, the greatest capitalistic society ever created. We're not as strong anymore. World War I, World War II messed us up when we started getting into other people's affairs, unfortunately, taking off the gold standard, just printing infinite amounts of money. Oh, we could keep going, but that's not the point. The gold standard. The gold standard. Once we got off the gold standard, that's where all the problems started, if you want to go there. But this is all connected to trading. How so? Think about that for a second, right? The founding fathers were being taxed this much, and they lost their mind. We get taxed this much, and you're just flowing through life, accepting that mediocrity is all you're going to live for, when you need to wake up and understand that you need to find ways of creating a little bit more money because inflation ain't coming down. I love when someone asks me, when's inflation coming down? I remember one time I said on a live, I think it was a couple years ago, inflation's never coming down. Someone messaged me later in the week, oh, I just saw the government report, inflation's down. Tell me the last time a movie theater ticket was 50 cents. Tell me the last time a candy bar cost 25 cents. Tell me the last time. Do you think soda is going to cost, Pepsi is going to cost a quarter again? A 2 liter? Ask your grandparents how much was what was their weekly grocery store bill 50 years ago. Ask your grandparents 50 years ago, 70 years ago. Ask me what my grocery bill was 10 years ago. Candy bars when I was a kid was 50 cents. Movie theater tickets were $5. Bubble gum was a quarter. With $1, I could get a whole meal at the Pakistani restaurant. I get a kebab, a naan roll for $1. And a soda for 50 cents, so $1.50. So please, You manipulated sheep. I'm on page 213. I'm jumping. The story of the Declaration of Independence is about desire, decision, faith, persistence, the mass mentorship, and organized planning. The founding fathers came together with the desire, decision to do something, faith, persistence, kept pushing the British Empire, and the because it said mastermind. I don't like that word. The mentorship, a group of their friends that came together, like-minded individuals for a common theme, a free nation away from the British Empire, away from the king, their own thing. And they planned together. Thought, backed by strong desire, has a tendency to transmute itself into its physical equivalent. The major weakness of all education system is that they neither teach nor encourage the habit of definite decision. What school teaches you to make decisions? Just execute. When you have the idea, execute. That should be a class on its own. Learning to execute. Once you have the information, execute. Don't take too long. Get it done. Definitiveness of decision. Sorry. Let's drink some more coconut water. By the way, the stainless steel straws, I don't know. These weren't around when I was a kid. But I love the stainless steel straws. No plastics. I'm so anti-plastic. Coconut water, no plastic. Stainless steel, no plastic. I just love when my days goes without plastic. I think plastic is the most toxic substance of our generation. My opinion. Definitiveness of decision always requires courage. Sometimes very great courage. You have to be the one to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to push through when every single thing stands against you. You have to decide it. One of my students hit me up. He's like, Professor, LA, lives in Los Angeles. There was too much toxicity around me, too much toxic people. He moved to Hawaii. I'm like, whoa, what a major decision. The person who reaches a definite decision to procure the particular job and make life pay the price he asks does not stake his life on that decision. He stakes his economic freedom. Folks, we are talking about a battle. A battle for your mind. A battle for your finances. A battle for your soul. Every day you wake up, you have a battle for your soul. The devil wants your soul to go to hell. God wants it to go to heaven. You are battling poverty, on the edge of poverty, to great wealth, great riches. And that all starts with you executing on it. Just hitting sell. Just making the decision to jump on it. Instead of dipping your toe in the water, you just go cannonball and you jump in it. That is the only true way you're going to get anything done. That is the only true way. You can't sit on the sidelines forever. You just can't. It's just not feasible. Because eventually inflation will wreak havoc on you. It's just a matter of time. You're living on borrowed time. Nothing is coming down. Things are not getting cheaper. I know they're going to manipulate you and tell you. And you're going to argue with me in the chat. I don't care enough if you do or don't. Because I don't manage any of it. I'm not managing the comments. You see my hands are here. Somebody's commenting. I'm not managing it. I'm not managing the replies to the comments. I don't manage the DM. It's none of me. So none of it affects me. Do you not see that? I follow 10 people on Instagram. I'm not influenced by outside forces. I click the 3 dots immediately when the algorithm shows me something that I don't like to see. I try to limit my phone use. I can't be influenced. And I'm telling you how I do it. Just take a page out of my book. These instructions will be of no value to you unless you definitely decide to organize them into a plan of action. I'm on page 216. Organize and execute, or you'll be wasting your time. Understand the 2030 agenda. They want to lower the population, get the robots active once the population is low enough, make you live in smaller city locations so you could travel everywhere, get rid of the cars, get rid of all forms of transportation, make you bicycle everywhere in the terms of the climate agenda. They're just going to tax the life out of you until it's not feasible for you to survive anymore. And you just die. You eventually die, get sick enough to be on their welfare state. And that's the end of that. You don't have much time left. Either decide you're going to execute for the sake of you, for the sake of your children, or for the sake of your future. That's a wrap for me. Execute what you need to